Hello and welcome to the workshop. Thank you for stopping by. We definitely appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you have not already. We do a brand new video almost every single day, and today we have a life test update, one of our favorite kinds of videos. If you follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. Foamer Simpson, then you've probably seen me wear this sneaker a lot over the years. I mean, a lot. I've logged a lot of miles, and I'm here to bring you the final verdict. So here is an official update on the Nike Air Tech Challenge 2 after 6 years of wearing. The pros and the cons, the good and the bad. So for starters, these released back in January of 2014, almost exactly 6 years ago. Time flies, man, it really does. Now, this is one of my all-time favorite sneakers, personally, which is why I've worn them so much. This hot lava colorway specifically, but the Air Tech Challenge 2 in general is just an awesome sneaker. I have probably worn these more than anything else in that 6-year window. It's just such a wearable sneaker too. Not only do I love them, but they are very, very wearable, and I'd say they've held up pretty well, all things considered. I'll run through a couple of the negatives first, and then we can touch on the good stuff. So the first negative is the creasing. I'm not someone who cares about creasing too much. I think it adds character to the sneaker in most cases, but the way these fit, there is a little extra room in the toe box area, and so they do crease pretty quickly and pretty hard. The second negative is the midsole yellowing. Different materials, different colors, different outcomes in regard to yellowing, but even if you take great care of these, this front panel on the midsole, it's gonna yellow. Kind of similar to an older pair of Air Force Ones where you're like, these are starting to look rough, how that midsole just gets yellow and is a different color than the upper. It just kind of throws things off a little bit. The difference between these and the Air Force One, in my opinion, is these look good even when they're beat up, and the Air Force One needs to be pristine to look its best. So those are the only super negatives, or clear-cut negatives, I should say. The good aspects of these are, well, one I already said, and that is these look really good beat up. The sneaker itself is a super retro, very 90s, very vintage looking, so when they get all beat up, it kind of just works with the rest of the feng shui. So to me, that's definitely a positive. Something else is just the overall construction, and that's really the main point. I mean, there's been a lot of miles logged on these, many different terrains. Weather, many life things, and there's no stitches coming loose, there's no air bubble deflating, no sole separation, no chipping, no peeling, no cracking, none of that. And on the one hand, you could say, oh, well, it's only been 6 years, but that is a long time for a sneaker, especially one that's being worn on the regular. I haven't done the mathematical conversion, but I'm pretty sure a sneaker year is like 15 human years at least. So these are what, 75 years old. And I guess the last thing that I want to touch on is the comfort. Overall, this isn't a super comfortable shoe, but they have gotten more cozy the more I've worn them, and that's important. There's no super cushy foam or boost or whatever new cushioning technologies are out there. A lot of that stuff, it bottoms out a couple months after you start wearing a pair of Ultra Boosts, a couple months after you start wearing some of these foam-based sneakers. They're nowhere near as comfortable as they were, and these are the complete opposite. They're actually more comfortable, more cozy 6 years later, and that's pretty crazy. Are they more comfortable than Boost? Absolutely not. I'm not saying that, but they are very cozy in their own way, and a sneaker that gets more and more comfortable, that has to be a positive. And that's really the breakdown. That's the final verdict right there. There's a couple positives, a couple negatives. Overall, it is a very dope sneaker. It is an absolute classic. And it's safe to say that I probably need a new pair. The time has come. We will put these in the rafters down here at the workshop pretty soon with the other sneakers that have earned their place in the rafters. Leave a comment below and let us know, how do you feel about this sneaker? How many human years equal one sneaker year in your opinion? Is it 12 years, 15 years, 20 years? What do you think? And what's the sneaker you've worn the most over the last 5 or 10 years yourself personally? Leave a comment below and let us know. Always love to hear from you. Thank you for watching. You are very, very appreciated. We will be back tomorrow, mañana. Same time, same place, right here at the workshop. Also, we have some very cool videos, or some very cool sneakers, I should say, that we will be doing videos on coming this week. So stay tuned. I got nothing else. Adios.